Welcome back to the program. Earlier in the show, we had the rather controversial story of Dr. Love, the psychiatrist who hypnotises his patients in order to help them conduct their relationships and find more things in common. We've had so many responses to that interview, we've actually decided to replay it for you, and you can make your own mind up as to whether the rather expensive charge and doubtful service is indeed justified or just another hoax.
Russ and Jackie are very much in love. Nothing unusual about that. But this is an unusual love story that overcame more than a height difference.
If you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be.
What is unusual is the way they met. A new introduction service with a 100% success rate. It doesn't worry about physical differences or emotional differences. They can be worked on. It searches for a common link, perhaps a shared hobby. The physical side and the emotional side are worked on by hypnosis. The couple are hypnotised into love. In Russ and Jackie's case, there was a common link. They both had the uncommon hobby of headstone reading. They were both sick and tired of the single scene, and now hypnotised, they are very much in love.
And what was wrong with the single scene?
Well, I found it terribly difficult to meet anybody that had the same sort of interests that I did. And those singles bars just turned me right off, I'm afraid.
Jackie, it's a big step to undergo hypnosis for this. What decided you on that?
Well, I think probably just trying to find somebody. I wasn't having any luck in the bars or going to parties and meeting friends through other friends. So I just thought it's a good chance to try something different, so why not give it a go?
Now, it doesn't worry you. I mean, there is a bit of physical difference, for example, in height. Those sort of things don't worry you anymore?
No, I think love's overcome that really, hasn't it?
Yes, wonderful.
The hypnotic introduction service raises huge questions of professional ethics, especially when large amounts of money are involved. This service is run by an allegedly discredited psychologist nicknamed Dr. Love. Some say it's love by deception and fraud. Well, this is the office of the so-called notorious Dr. Love. It's situated in a suburban shopping centre. We'll go and see what he has to say about the criticisms. Doctor, can we ask you a couple of questions?
All this?
Look,
I've told you before.
Well, we've asked you about this before. Can we just come and see you?
I'm sorry, now look, you're on private property. I want you to leave now,
I'd like
please.
to ask you a couple of questions.
No, I'm sorry. No, I don't want any
Just
cameras.
a few questions if
I
we
don't want
could.
these hassles. You've been hounding me. You've been harassing me. I want you to go now, or I'll have you removed.
After a few tense moments and some delicate negotiations, we were allowed to film part of the hypnosis session.
I know there's been difficulties in the past, but now all that's over. All you can see is Bruce. He is so desirable. Now, I realise that Bruce is not very tall, but that's okay with you. You feel relaxed with him. And more you feel this need to be with him.
But surely what you're doing is simply love by deception and fraud.
Absolutely not. I bring happiness to people's lives. These people are sad, they're rejected, dejected, and I bring a new happiness to them.
But it's happiness at a cost, isn't it? I mean, you're not doing this for charity.
Oh, look. No. I mean, there's a price to pay, and these people are happy to pay it.
Dr. Love might make it sound reasonable, but it's not that simple. Irene and Paul went through the hypnotic introduction service some years ago. They're still fond of each other, but they're now caught in the most horrendous mind trap. They know that their love only exists because their minds have been altered. They know it's love by deception, but their minds can't do anything about it. Well, would she be the normal partner you'd pick if you weren't hypnotised?
Probably not. Well, over the last 2 years, we've found that there's a lot of things that we don't have in common. Much more so than I guess you'd call happily married couples. But for some reason, we get on really well.
Doesn't that present your mind with some sort of trauma, knowing that you only love her because you're hypnotised?
Yeah. The problem is, though, that I do love her. When, you know, I go to work every day, I look forward to getting home, but then there's also the problems when we are at home together because there are a lot of things we don't have in common.
Like what?
Well, Orion's a vegetarian for one thing, and I'm not. Colours, we've got colours, nothing in common. Just common interests, nothing.
While Paul is beginning to cope with the massive problems, Irene finds the whole mental trauma very difficult.
Because it's very unsatisfying, and I just always wonder, would someone care and love me as much if this hadn't have happened?
Is your mind always in a state of conflict when you're with Paul?
Yeah, yes it is, yes, because it's, as I say, it's just it's very unsatisfying, wondering if we'd be as happy as, you know, we could be.
Well, in a sense then, are you trapped by your mind?
Yes, I just feel it's all, it's like a nightmare. I mean, you know, I wake up and I'm still in a dream all the time.
Is it worth living with this sort of mental trauma? Would you recommend it for others?
Oh,
No.
There's no way that you could say, well, look, it's a great way to find true happiness, true love, and all the rest of it.
It's not the answer.
No, it doesn't seem to be the answer for a lot of people, a lot of unhappiness. Gordon, have you ever found yourself trapped by your mind?
Yeah, often. About Friday, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, between 7 and 9 every morning.
Yeah, I feel trapped. Do I shoot through now? Do I snatch it, or do I come back next week?
We've got more on Good Morning Australia. We'd like you to stay with us.